This video is a continuation of the Logstash 9 Beginner's Guide. If you are new to Logstash, then I recommend you watch the previous video first. If you've already seen the previous video, or if you have knowledge of Logstash already, then this video could be useful to you. In the Beginner's Guide video, we created Logstash configuration pipelines as physical files on the Logstash server. If we want to reuse the pipelines across many different Logstash instances, there would be a lot of file duplication, which could become difficult to manage. If you are using a paid version of Elasticsearch, then you can actually create Logstash configuration pipelines in Elasticsearch. All your Logstash instances can then read the pipelines straight from your Elasticsearch. By putting all your Logstash configuration pipelines in Elasticsearch, they can all be managed in one place. So we will demonstrate this feature in this video. Once you understand the topics in this video, you can also watch our more advanced topics on Logstash in our members area. For example, you can learn more about Logstash architectural patterns or how to secure communication between Logstash and the Beats library. So let's get started with this video on centralized pipeline management. So everything we need to do is documented on this web page over here. It is actually based off of these two official documentation, this one and this one. But the problem I noticed with this documentation is sometimes it's still referencing Logstash version 8 or earlier, and I had to make a few updates to make everything most recent using version 9. So let's try this out. I've got a brand new Ubuntu machine up and running out in the cloud using Ubuntu 24.04. IP address is this one over here, which I'm going to copy and paste into a notepad on my other monitor. All right, so let's get started. This is a brand new machine, so I should probably do an update on it. Update apt dist upgrade -y apt get install -y. We're going to use vim curl new pg gbg. I'll probably need zip, and let's use the JQ library to help us make JavaScript or JSON content more human readable. I'll add that step somewhere into the documentation here afterwards. Yeah, I'll update the documentation with what I'm just doing now. So no, for now, I'll just press pause until this is updated. And when I see prompts like this, I'll just accept the defaults. Everything should be up to date now. So let's see what the first step is. First step requires you to have Elastic already set up, which I haven't done yet. And I think my earlier video explains how to do all this. So I'm just going to link to the earlier video on how to set up Elastic in the description of this video. But in the meantime, I will just fast forward through this part. Okay, so I finally got Elasticsearch and Kibana up and running. To use the centralized pipelines management tool, we're going to need the license or paid version of Elasticsearch. And we can turn on the trial period for that under license management. Just start trial for this demo purpose. And once we've done that, we see that there's a new option here, Logstash pipelines. And now we can start with our experiment. We're going to need to create a dedicated user for Logstash to connect with Elasticsearch. For me, I found that adding these two roles seemed to have made things work. The roles that were actually specified in the documentation didn't quite work for me. I forget exactly where in the documentation it is, but it was saying to use the Logstash writer, which I couldn't find that role in version 9. So let's go ahead and create that user. Users, it's under security. Where's the security tab? Here it is. So there's this Logstash system user already. I'm going to create another one. Logstash admin user, Logstash admin user, and I'll just give it a random email, abcd1234, abcd1234, and let's use Logstash admin and Logstash system, and we'll go ahead and create this user. So we've got the user set up, and now let's create the pipelines. And you can see that I'm going to create two different configuration files, a demo 2 and a demo 1. It's basically the same as our first video on Logstash beginner's guide, except we're just putting this into Elasticsearch. So I'll copy this. I'll close this window. Go to Logstash pipelines, create, we'll call this one demo 1. I'll paste it in here, and we'll define these data files afterwards. You can always add more pipeline workers, increase the batch size and other optimization or performance optimization tuning parameters here if you want to, but we'll keep it as the default. And let's create demo 2, which is this one. We'll paste it in here and create. So now our configuration pipelines are in Elasticsearch, and later when we set up our Logstash, we can have it choose which pipeline configuration file to use. So let's go ahead and install Logstash next. We've already run these as part of our Elasticsearch and Kibana setup, so we just need to install Logstash now, which I'll do with this. Okay, Logstash should be installed now, and we're going to need a copy of the certificate for the CA, so let's do that. And we can configure our Logstash YAML file. So we're going to take this and go to etc logstash and open up the logstash.yaml file. I believe all these are commented out. Let's go to the XPack management section. Okay, great. Yep. So all these details for connecting with Elasticsearch is currently disabled. So rather than edit them, I'll just paste what I have here. So let's copy this, and I'll just paste it in here. And what we're saying is we're going to enable connection to Elasticsearch. The pipelines we're going to use for this particular Logstash instance is demo 1 and demo 2. So we'll take both of these, or we could just be selective of picking just one or others if we had others in here. We're going to connect with the Logstash admin user. I paste in the password here, although you should probably use the key store. If you forget how the key store is used, just follow our previous video. And let's update the IP address. This one is going to be copy, paste in here, and our CA file for Elasticsearch is going to be referenced here. Now let's see what's the next step. Let's go ahead and make some test data. So we'll create a customers file and a tasks file. They're both CSV files, and we'll make it readable by Logstash. So let's go ahead and do this. I'll run it like this. Okay, so I think just like that, in our Logstash data directory, you see our CSV files here, and they are referenced in here. So next step is we just start Logstash. So systemctl enable Logstash. Okay, so it takes a while to run. And in terms of what this will do is we kept things simple by taking all the customer CSV files and then just outputting to this test directory output.txt. So if it's working, we should be able to go up one directory. And I made a testing directory here. And it looks like there's already an output.txt file here. So I do let's output. Great, we're seeing tasks detail as well as customer information as well. So that's basically how easy it is to use centralized pipeline management. If you added more configurations in here or you made any edits to these, every few minutes, Logstash will update and grab the latest pipeline configuration details. So that concludes this video. If you still want more Logstash content, consider some of the videos in our members area which discuss more advanced ways of setting up Logstash. Thank you and see you in the next video.